Good afternoon. I'm Valerie from University of Macau, and I'm here with Mr. Ng, the assistant manager at Four Seasons Hotel Macau. Thank you for having us. Our first questions. Which department do you work at?
I work in Balkan Sun Restaurant. It's a buffet restaurant.
And how long have you worked in your position?
For now, it's around 3 years.
Oh,
as
that's very
assistant
long.
manager.
Yeah. And why did you decide to work for this hotel?
I would say among all the competitors, is value for the staff and the guests are different from other hotels. That's why I chose Four Seasons as the one I'm working with.
In your opinion, how does this hotel differ from other competitors' hotels?
Like I said, the company's rule is called we call it the golden rules. Treat as you would like to be treated. It's a very basic, but to practice it takes a long way to make it happen. So I really value about these golden rules, which if you do that to others, which I will receive from others, that I feel very warm. Like sometimes if you say hi to someone say hi back to you. It's very good. I like this one very much.
As a restaurant's assistant manager, what are your responsibilities?
Well, besides the daily operations, I still need to take care of the side duties. Let's say scheduling, vacation planning, bar managing, and also daily maintaining the restaurant. Let's say like this.
What kind of decisions do you make?
Well,
Like
everything related to work, I would say.
Okay.
From what I said before, everything.
Okay.
Yes.
So what were the challenges that you faced starting to work in this hotel?
Well, I would say communication, like this category, because I used to work in pastry before, so I don't have many opportunity to talk to people. As I started working in the restaurant, I get a lot of opportunity to talk to the guests, to talk to the colleagues. I spend a lot of time investing on talking to people. I say this is the greatest challenge for myself.
So how does your typical day go? How do you arrange your time?
Well, besides the operation, it's like 8 hours from breakfast, like from 7 to 11, and then 1 hour to turn over the restaurant to lunch. After it's like until from 12 to 2:30. So majority of the time I will stay in the restaurant, and besides that, after the operation I will be in the office, do the daily, like the same what I said before, all the planning, maintaining, making decision, and talk to other departments, and also do the debriefing sometimes with the staff. This.
And is your flow of work fast and busy or slow and steady?
It always depends on the seasonal. We work in the hotel. You sometimes even on a slow day, you cannot expect how many guests come in the restaurant. That's why I love working in the restaurant. Also, you have unexpected flow of people coming in to the restaurant.
Yeah.
And every day you have different faces. Even the same guests, they come in the restaurant. Day one, they might be in mood A. Day two, they might in mood B.
So which are the most exciting parts of your job? Exciting parts?
Well, to talk to the guests, I would say it's very like interesting. Like what I said before. Like even though a guest come in today and then we talked, and then second day we talk something else. It's like building up connections in between parties. Yeah, that's the most important. Besides the daily duties, like what I have to do, but on top of it, that's what makes it more interesting.
So
Yeah.
which part will be the most boring?
boring, I would say planning ahead on the schedule. Yeah, to satisfy all the individuals in the department is not easy and it's a bit boring.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, it's a challenging part, I would say.
Okay, and what are the expectations you have for your team?
My expectation, work as a team to achieve the restaurant's goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not individual participation, but as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you help new employees to quickly get the company's values?
Keep them being brainwashed. Like, if they do something wrong, remind them. Not only on talking, but show them what you're supposed to do. And also we have something we call the standard testing. So behind the scene we check how they're doing, and then we will have like a checklist on what they have done to particular guests, and we do a check back on how they were doing and help them to get improvement afterwards.
Okay, so do you get along well with your colleagues, and do you have a good relationship with them?
Among team, I would say so. Yes.
Okay. So what will you do if your subordinates don't respect or listen to you?
What I can do, you know, we all adults. We are not waiting to be fed. I would say if you have done something wrong, you are wrong. Like, if the employees they keep on doing the same mistake, we might need to issue warnings to them. And if they think that is not the place is not what they are expecting, we might consider as terminating the staff. So company's value, we keep it very straight. Let's say, you know, if a person doesn't fit the spot, let them go. We won't keep the staff which is not fulfilling the restaurant's goal and the company's value.
So what if you have conflicts with your superiors? How do you deal with the situation?
Well, first, conflicts. Let's say we all have our own standpoints. Somehow sometimes we might need to get a third person to listen to both, see which decision is better for the circumstances. Let's say, yeah, all about communication. Let's say.
So, in general, what are the stresses of being a manager?
Stresses?
Yeah.
Well, a lot. I would say working in different shifts, changing a lot, staying overtime, that's for sure. Don't expect you to work 8 hours and then you can go home. So for the new joiners also, like if you are willing to learn, then you must stay longer to learn something extra. Let's say on the daily basis you might learn particular stuff, but if you want to learn something extra, I advise to, you know, stay back and have a chat with your manager or ask for, because when we are working we are all busy. So only one people is particular more busier than others. So I would say so. Yeah.
Okay. So is there any benefits as a manager?
As a manager,
Yeah.
benefits. I would say you look at the bigger picture than the line staff, because you don't work. I would say as a line staff, let's say, they don't have much, like it's not goal oriented. Alright, they are just like, okay, I finished my duty and then I can go home. Majority of the line staff, they are having this mindset, but for a manager they are more on doing planning, maintaining,
Mhm.
like what I said before, organizing, and so on and so on. It's like more in a bigger picture than like going straight forward. Yeah.
So in your opinion, what are the most important characteristics that every manager as leaders should have?
Don't be afraid to spend extra time, go extra miles, and at the end of the day, if you spend more time, and you are the one to gain the experience, not others.
Yeah.
Right. It's my only advice, I would say.
So, what motivated you to choose management?
What, myself? Can I say like
Yeah.
this? Yeah.
So, what is the most satisfying part of being a manager?
Not only to work in the team, but work in the division. Sometimes you need to go over your division. This is a quite challenging part for me, and I quite like that. You need to work across the hotel. Yeah. This is particular better because in Four Seasons the scale is smaller than other hotels. We are not a casino-based hotel, so we are pretty close with different departments. So,
Okay, and for the last questions, if you could, what would you say to your younger self in university? For example, what advice would you give to your younger generation now who are aspiring to be a manager in the future?
Don't look too much on how you are getting as a fresh grad. And also what I said before, you are required to spend a lot of extra time on doing the management course, and work closely with your superior, get feedbacks from them, and don't be afraid to talk, and also don't be afraid to ask questions. But before you making the questions, ask yourself if this question is supposed to ask or not. More in-depth questions, not like shallow questions.
Okay.
Right.
So that's the end for the interview, and thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.